We're just reviewing some of the video and the comments of a leading senator.
Senator Rubio, will you call for a ceasefire?
No, I will not.
Gaza?
On the contrary.
Senator Rubio,
are you filming it?
wait,
I want you guys to get this. I want them to destroy every element of Hamas they can get their hands on. These people are vicious animals who did horrifying crimes. And I hope you guys post that.
And what about the civilians that are being killed every day?
Hamas should stop hiding behind civilians, putting civilians in the way. Hamas knew that this was going to lead to this. So Hamas should stop building their military installations underneath hospitals.
So you don't care that 15,000 have died? You don't care about the babies that are being killed every day?
I think it's horrifying. I think it's terrible, and I think Hamas is 100% to blame. That's what I think. Make sure you post that, please.
Senator Rubio, will you call for a ceasefire?
No, I will not.
So let's just read the comments. This first one is my comment, just to be on the safe side. Let's just browse through here. These are true face of the supposedly humans. Yeah, that they don't think they belong to animal kingdom. This is just warmongers, hungry beasts and savages. This guy's 6,000 likes. 6,000. Good work, Senator Rubio. Yep, 6.8 thousand likes so far. Well said. As if Hamas didn't know Israel would retaliate. Oh, I guess this guy actually said something in line of what I know, basically all this massive military tech advanced apparatus that Israel has, they just basically, just like 9/11 happened, everything ceased to function, I guess, suddenly, and then somehow created this opportunity for Hamas to attack. Such a coordinated thing. The timing of it's perfect, right? Sorry, our equipment wasn't working, all these shields that we had created, the laser things, missile shield, the satellite system that Israel has. And suddenly, in the same goddamn time, our beautiful luck, these so well coordinated, what a great timing, they managed to get through us. Okay. Absolutely agree. Shutting that old leftist. Yeah, just read through it, 922 people. I mean, it's just so sickening. I don't even want to read it, This is a world we live in, people just willing to shed blood. Genocide. Thank you, Senator Mark Rubio. Yeah, we have this new profession called giving lip service. People basically would just sit around. Yep. I'm sorry, I can't go any more further than this. I'm just really concerned about the future of our world, because these people exist everywhere. Let's just be real. A blood is a blood. I don't care is there, is an American, is a Chinese, is a Jew, is a Muslim, is a black, is a white, is it Palestinian, is it Arab? A blood is a blood. It doesn't matter. It's a human life. And this belief system, this God of Abraham that is basically very comfortable with shedding blood, for his own wish, it's really has embraced itself everywhere, as manifested in Islam and Christianity and so forth. So I'm really concerned, I mean, I'm very open-minded. People like this guy exist everywhere. They exist in Israel. They're the ones who are actually, they let this happen. They use that as an opportunity to fulfill their, endeavors, genocidal endeavors. What they did to the Palestinians, so basically it's a punishment, or into the same old good old thing, that's been done by politicians throughout the course of history. Russians did the same thing, they made back in uh, hundreds, they made a deal with Georgia, the country of Georgia, saying that they will protect them. They made a covenant with them, saying that, we will protect you against any kind of a threat from Ottomans or any foreign invasion or anything. And then, this gave freedom and basically gave the good idea, sense of power to the king who was running Georgia, and he declared independence from, Persia. And the guy in Persia sends him a letter saying that, hey, you can stop this nonsense and you'll be all cool. And he says, no, I'm all for it, go for it. And then he, Al Muhammad Khan Qajar, this Qajar king of Persia, he attacks them and, just sacks Tbilisi and, burns the city down and causes a massacre. Truth to be said, it's reality. Yeah. And then the Russians didn't do a thing about it. They just watched the whole thing. And their idea was that, so this is how we're going to do this. We're just going to watch this crime happen so we can actually use this as a pretext so we can attack Persia that, realistically enough, was lacking all the modern artillery that back then, was in hand of the Russians. For that time frame, actually, it didn't happen because, how do you say that, Catherine ended up dying and they basically, by the time that the new king came into power in Russia, this is the Tsar, he wasn't really had all his act together to make it immediately happen. Russians did it later on, but not on that mass scale that they really wished. We got lucky. But it's the same good old story, and I'm really concerned, I just think that with our modern military equipment that we have, back in the day used to be a sword, well, even with, those primitive artillery, uh, cannons and bombs, it wasn't really that powerful. When we were able to do so much of damage, it still wasn't much more strength, was ability to fight back. Basically, there were so many ways. But with our world, we have these, nuclear weapons of mass destruction, of mass killing. It only takes one idiot who, what do you want to call the idiot, who simply is because he's just high on drugs, or is a young guy who is, is basically brainwashed into some religious ideology or nationalist ideology, or is some guy who knows exactly what he's doing. It just takes one person to press that button and cause a mass casualty, which kicks on everybody. This needs to stop, man. We're playing with a very sickening, dangerously, huge bonfire. It might not always work in the way that direction that you think it's gonna sway in itself.